Good day everyone. I am WM Peris and I am an undergraduate from Uvavellassa University of Sri Lanka. My university registration number is UW-CST 19006. I am going to conduct a series of tutorials on the topic simulator tools available for logic gates based on implementation. So, at first, let's see what are the simulator software that are available for implement logic circuits. Some of them are Logic Friday, SEDA Logic Simulator, DATES, Logisim, Digital Circuit Design, Multimedia Logic and Logic Gate Simulator. So for this series of tutorials, I am going to use the SEDA Logic Simulator. So let's see how we can download this simulator and how to work on it. Now we are going to download the SEDA Logic Simulator. So let's go to our browser and search like SEDA Logic Simulator. And we must go to the very first website that appears in here, which is sourceforge.net. So this is the website that we can download our SEDA Logic Simulator. We can see here the owner details and the last update date and downloads for a week. And let's go to down a little bit. There are some additional information like summary, files and reviews of users and support. Likewise, there are many sections that we can find information about this simulator. And there are user ratings and there are additional project details that the programming language that used to build this simulator and register date likewise. And let's go to top. In this top corner we can see the download button. So we can click on it and it will take 5 seconds to download, to start the download. So now we can see the pop-up. So we can select the save file. Now our simulator is downloaded and we can go to the file location that it is downloaded. So we can see the setup.xee file in here. Now we can double click on it and install the file. When we install the SEDA Logic Simulator, we can see the launch icon in here, or we can simply search it and open it. And this is the very first interface that we can see when we launch our SEDA Logic Simulator, and there are some components that we have to know. So this area with the grid lines is our workspace, and there are some property rows, and in the first row we can see file. In file option we can see new file option and open file option, likewise many other options, and in edit, and there is a view and help. And in the second row we can see a new file option and open file option and save the current file option and print, and there are undo redo buttons and copy and paste buttons and zoom in and zoom out buttons. And this simulator provides us a number of pages for a single file like this. And there is the main thing in the left top corner. We can see list of panels. In the first panel it names as basic gates, and this panel contains various gates with different number of inputs. In the first row we can see 3 AND gates, and the first AND gate contains 2 inputs, and the second one contains 3 inputs, and the third one contains 4 inputs. Likewise, there are various number of logic gates that we can use in our circuit. And in the second panel, which is named as invert and connect, we can see there are inverters and connectors. In here we can see inverters, which means the NOT gates, and there are some advanced advanced inverters and connectors, and these two are connectors that we can use in a simple circuit. And in the third panel we can see the important thing, which is input and output. This is the input and this is the output. As the output we use a LED bulb, and as the input we use a toggle switch. In the fourth panel we can see a text label, and it is named as decorations. And if we want to put a text to our circuit, we can use this text label. We can use these decorations to name our inputs and outputs and gates, and if we have to put a topic, we can use this text label. So there are some other panels which contain some advanced circuits we can use whenever we want to use them. Let's try to implement a simple circuit. When we are going to build a circuit, we have to get these components into our workspace. To do so, we can click on a component and drag and drop it in here, and we can move it anywhere we want in this workspace, and we can zoom in this workspace by clicking this zoom in button. Now we can see the gate is little bit larger than earlier, and there is a navigation panel in the left bottom corner. We can navigate our workspace like this, and if to navigate the workspace we can also use our arrow keys. All the 4 arrow keys we can use like this. I'm clicking the arrow keys now. Like this we can move our workspace with arrow keys. Okay. Now we got our gate, and we must connect inputs and output to this gate. So let's click on the third panel, and like the gate we can drag and drop it in here, and now we have to connect this input and gate. So how to do that is, we can click on the very edge of this input and drag this line to here. Now it connects. And another thing we can do is, we can drag this input and drop in the very edge of this gate, and we can see it is connected. When the little dot appears, it means it connected, and we can move this input like this. We have to only drag this input. Now we connected our inputs and the output. It is also same as the input. We can drag and drop it in here and connect like this. So we know electronic circuits have 2 values, which are 0 and 1. In this simulator, 0 means the black color. If both inputs or outputs are appear in black color, it means it has 0 value. So this red color means 1. If inputs and outputs are appear in red color, which means they have the value 1. So now we can see as the AND gate, for the output to be 1, the all inputs must be 1. So we can see it in here, which means our circuit is working now. And there is a pause and resume button. If we click on this pause and resume button, let's remove the inputs. Now I'm going to click this pause button. Now if we click or if we remove the inputs, we can't see any changes, because when you click on the pause button, the circuit doesn't work. So if you are facing into this problem, the problem is we click on the pause button. To get rid, we have to click on it again. Now our circuit is resumed, and it is working now. And there is option to copy and paste. I mentioned earlier there is copy and paste option. To do so, we can only select only one input or only one gate by clicking on it, or we can select a section like this. And we have to click on this copy button, or we can use the keyboard shortcut, which is Ctrl and C, and we can paste it on the same panel, on the same page, or we can paste it in a different page like this. Now we can save our file. We can click on this save option, or we can go to the file and give the save, or we can also use the keyboard shortcut. Now when we click on the save option, this window appears and we can give a name for our circuit. I'm going to give the name like sample circuit like this, and click on this save button. And when we go to the folder that we saved, I saved it in desktop, so we can see there is the circuit that we built earlier. If we have to get a new file, we can click on this new button, or we can go to file and select new. Now a new file is appeared, and now we can build the circuit that we want. And if we have to open a file that we built before, we can go to this open option, or we can go to file and click this open option, or we can use the keyboard shortcut. And I'm going to open a file that I built before, which is sample circuit, and I click on it and give open. Okay, now it is earlier this file had 2 pages. Now we can see there are 2 pages. So and we can do the changes and again save it. So these are the basic things that we have to learn about the SCADA logic simulator. And now let's move to our series of tutorials that we are going to build some different types of digital circuits in this simulator. So let's begin.